Here are 55 old-fashioned frugal living tips I learned from Grandma. Use coffee grounds as fertilizer. Sprinkle a quarter cup of used coffee grounds around the base of your plants. The grounds add nutrients to the soil and improve plant growth. This method enriches the soil and boosts plant health. Use old t-shirts to make reusable grocery bags. Turn an old t-shirt inside out. Sew the bottom hem closed. Cut off the sleeves and widen the neck hole to create handles. Turn the shirt right side out. Grandma loved turning old clothes into practical items like these bags. Reuse aluminum foil until it wears out. Rinse and flatten used aluminum foil to reuse it for wrapping food or covering dishes. Continue using it until it wears out. This practice saves money and reduces waste in the kitchen. Use bread bags for storing leftovers. Did you know you can use bread bags for storing leftovers? Rinse and dry bread bags thoroughly. Use them to store leftover by sealing them tightly to keep food fresh. This simple method reuses plastic and keeps your kitchen organized. Make homemade broth from kitchen scraps. Collect vegetable peels, herb stems, and meat bones in a freezer bag. When full, simmer the scraps in 8 cups of water for a few hours. Strain and store the broth. Grandma always made flavorful broth from kitchen scraps, wasting nothing. Save soap slivers and make a new bar. Collect small soap slivers and melt them in a double boiler. Pour the melted soap into a mold and let it harden for several hours. This method creates a new bar of soap, reducing waste and extending the life of your soap, a trick Grandma always used. Use eggshells in the garden to deter pests. Crush eggshells into small, jagged pieces and scatter them around plants. The sharp edges deter slugs and snails, protecting your garden naturally. This eco-friendly method keeps plants safe and healthy. Turn old towels into pot holders. Cut old towels into 8 by 8 inch squares. Sew 2 layers together for thickness and hem the edges. These homemade pot holders are durable and heat resistant. Grandma always repurposed old towels to create useful kitchen tools. Use a coffee mug as a makeshift rolling pin. If you don't have a rolling pin, use a clean coffee mug. Roll it over the dough to flatten it evenly. This handy substitute works well in a pinch. Freeze herbs in oil for easy use in cooking. Chop fresh herbs and place 1 tablespoon in each compartment of an ice cube tray. Cover with olive oil and freeze. Use these cubes in cooking to add fresh herb flavor. Grandma always preserved herbs this way, ensuring they were available year-round. Use an old ladder as a bookshelf. Repurpose an old ladder by leaning it against a wall and securing it with brackets. Place books on the rungs, using each step as a shelf. This creative and practical solution adds a rustic touch to your home decor. A clever idea Grandma always appreciated. Use a cereal box to make drawer dividers. Cut a cereal box into strips, the height of your drawer, and about 2 to 3 inches wide. Fit them into your drawers to create dividers, arranging them as needed. This simple project keeps items organized and repurposes materials that would otherwise be discarded. Create a rain garden to manage runoff. Choose a low area of your yard and plant water-tolerant plants like ferns, sedges, marsh marigolds, and blue flag iris. Dig a shallow basin and add soil amendments if needed. Grandma always used this method to create beautiful, functional spaces that benefit the environment by managing runoff. Make a homemade heating pad with rice and a sock. Fill a clean sock with 1 to 2 cups of uncooked rice and tie the end tightly. Microwave for 1 to 2 minutes for a soothing heating pad. This easy, homemade solution provides warmth and relief from aches and pains, a trick Grandma often used. Use oatmeal as a facial scrub. Mix 2 tablespoons of ground oatmeal with enough water to form a paste. Gently massage onto your face in circular motions, then rinse with warm water. This natural scrub exfoliates and softens skin, leaving it smooth and refreshed. Use olive oil to polish stainless steel. Apply a small amount of olive oil to a soft cloth and gently rub it onto your stainless steel appliances. Buff with a dry cloth for a streak-free shine. Grandma loved using this natural method to keep her kitchen gleaming. Save and reuse old calendars as wrapping paper. Use the colorful pages of old calendars as unique wrapping paper. Cut and fold to fit your gifts, securing with tape or ribbon. This eco-friendly idea adds a personal touch to gift giving, a practice Grandma loved for its creativity and sustainability. Use an old toothbrush for cleaning. An old toothbrush is perfect for cleaning hard-to-reach areas. Use it to scrub grout, faucets, and other tight spots. Apply a small amount of cleaner to the brush and scrub gently. This handy tool makes detailed cleaning easier and more effective. Make sachets from dried flowers. Fill small fabric pouches with 1 to 2 tablespoons of dried flowers and sew or tie them closed. Place these sachets in drawers or closets for a natural, pleasant fragrance. Grandma always made these to keep her linens smelling fresh. Use lemon peels to freshen up the garbage disposal. Place lemon peels in the garbage disposal and run it with cold water for 30 seconds. The peels clean the blades and leave a fresh citrus scent. This natural method keeps your kitchen smelling clean and fresh, a tip Grandma often used. Use bread to pick up broken glass. Press a slice of bread gently over the area where glass shards have fallen. The soft texture picks up tiny, hard-to-see pieces safely. Grandma always kept this tip in mind to ensure the floor was thoroughly clean after a mishap. Use ice cubes to remove carpet dents. Place an ice cube on the dented area of your carpet and let it melt. After the ice is melted, fluff the fibers with a spoon or your fingers. This simple trick restores the carpet's appearance, a handy method Grandma always used. Make potpourri from dried citrus peels. Dry citrus peels in the oven at 200 degrees Fahrenheit or 93 degrees Celsius for 2 hours until crisp. Mix with 1 cup of dried flowers and 1 tablespoon of dried herbs. Add a few drops of essential oil. Place in a bowl or sachet. Grandma always made potpourri to keep her home smelling fresh and inviting. Use cornstarch as dry shampoo. Sprinkle 1 tablespoon of cornstarch onto your scalp and roots. Massage it in and brush out the excess. The cornstarch absorbs oil, leaving your hair looking fresh. This quick fix is perfect for busy days. Repurpose old sweaters into mittens. Cut mitten shapes from an old sweater, ensuring you have 2 pieces for each hand. Sew the edges together, leaving an opening for your hand. Turn them inside out. Grandma loved transforming old clothes into new, useful items like cozy mittens. Use a razor to remove pilling from clothes. Lay the garment flat and gently run a razor over the pilled areas. Use short, light strokes to shave off the pills. The razor removes the fuzz, making the fabric look new again. Use old socks to protect shoes in storage. Slip old socks over your shoes before storing them. This prevents dust and scratches, keeping your shoes in good condition. Use tea bags to clean mirrors. Brew a cup of tea using a black tea bag and let it cool. Dip a cloth into the tea and wipe your mirrors. The tannic acid in tea cuts through grime, leaving mirrors streak-free. Use an old CD as a bird deterrent in the garden. Hang an old CD from a string in your garden. The reflective surface scares birds away, protecting your plants. Tie the string to a stake or tree branch. Grandma always used this trick to keep her garden safe from hungry birds. Repurpose glass jars as storage containers. Clean and remove labels from old glass jars by soaking them in warm, soapy water. Use them to store pantry staples, craft supplies, or small items. Label the jars for easy identification. Use baking soda to unclog drains. Pour half a cup of baking soda down the drain, followed by half a cup of vinegar. Cover the drain and let it sit for 30 minutes. Flush with hot water. This natural method effectively clears clogs, a solution Grandma often used. Make a homemade fly trap with vinegar. Fill a jar with a half of a cup of apple cider vinegar and a few drops of dish soap. Cover with plastic wrap and poke small holes. Flies are attracted to the vinegar and trapped by the soap. This simple trap keeps your home fly-free. Save onion skins for natural dye. Collect onion skins and simmer them in a pot of water for an hour. Strain and use the liquid to dye fabrics or Easter eggs. This natural dye method is eco-friendly and produces beautiful, rich colors, a technique Grandma loved. Make a homemade ice pack with rubbing alcohol. Mix 1 part rubbing alcohol with 2 parts water in a Ziploc bag. Seal and freeze for a few hours. The alcohol prevents the mixture from freezing solid, creating a flexible ice pack. Grandma always had one ready for injuries. Use old keys to make wind chimes. Drill small holes in the tops of old keys. Thread fishing line through the holes and tie them to a hanger or piece of driftwood. Hang the wind chime outside. Use banana peels to fertilize plants. Chop banana peels into small pieces and bury them in the soil around your plants. The peels decompose and release nutrients, promoting plant growth. Grandma often used this natural fertilizer to keep her garden thriving. Use lemon juice to whiten laundry. Add a half of a cup of lemon juice to your washing machine during the rinse cycle. The natural acidity whitens clothes and removes stains. Make homemade dog treats. Mix 2 cups of whole wheat flour, half a cup of peanut butter, and 2 eggs. Roll out the dough and cut into shapes. Bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. These healthy treats are loved by pets, a recipe Grandma often used for her dogs. Use baking soda to extinguish small grease fires. Keep a box of baking soda near your stove. In case of a small grease fire, quickly sprinkle baking soda over the flames. This helps smother the fire without spreading it. Grandma always kept this tip in mind for kitchen safety. Use egg cartons to start seedlings. Fill each compartment of an egg carton with potting soil and plant seeds. Water regularly and place in a sunny spot. When seedlings are ready to transplant, simply cut apart the sections. This method is perfect for starting plants, a technique Grandma loved. Make a homemade fabric freshener spray. Combine 1 cup of water, a 1/4 cup of rubbing alcohol, and 10 drops of essential oil in a spray bottle. Shake well and spray on fabrics to freshen them up. Use an old colander as a hanging planter. Line an old colander with a coffee filter or moss to hold soil. Fill with potting soil and plant flowers or herbs. Hang it with sturdy twine or chains. This creative planter adds charm to any space and makes use of old kitchen items. Make a natural air freshener with baking soda. Fill a small jar with a 1/2 cup of baking soda and add 10 to 15 drops of your favorite essential oil. Cover with a breathable fabric and secure with a rubber band. This natural air freshener absorbs odors and releases a pleasant scent. Use citrus peels to clean microwave ovens. Place citrus peels in a bowl of water and microwave for 5 minutes. The steam loosens grime, making it easy to wipe clean with a cloth. This method leaves your microwave fresh and clean using natural ingredients you already have. Use apple cider vinegar as a hair rinse. Mix 1 part apple cider vinegar with 3 parts water. After shampooing, pour the mixture over your hair and rinse with cold water. This natural rinse removes buildup and adds shine. Use baking soda to scrub sinks. Sprinkle baking soda onto a damp sponge and scrub your sink. The gentle abrasive cleanse without scratching. Rinse thoroughly for a sparkling finish. This method is effective and safe using a common household item. Use potato peels to clean silverware. Boil potato peels in water and soak your tarnished silverware in the cooled solution for an hour. Rinse and polish with a soft cloth. Use a pumice stone to clean oven racks. Soak oven racks in warm, soapy water. Gently scrub with a pumice stone to remove baked-on grime. Rinse thoroughly and dry. This method restores racks to their original shine, making oven maintenance easier. Make homemade lotion bars. Melt 1 cup of coconut oil, 1 cup of shea butter, and 1 cup of beeswax in a double boiler. Pour into molds and let them cool and harden. These lotion bars moisturize skin naturally. Use chalk to remove grease stains from fabric. Rub white chalk onto grease stains before washing. The chalk absorbs the grease, making it easier to remove during laundering. Make homemade dish soap. Mix 1 cup of liquid Castile soap, 1 cup of water, and a few drops of essential oil. Pour into a pump bottle. This homemade dish soap cleans effectively and is gentle on hands. Use an old tennis ball to remove scuff marks from floors. Cut a small X in an old tennis ball and fit it over the end of a broom handle. Rub the ball over scuff marks to remove them. Use an old shower curtain as a drop cloth for painting. Lay an old shower curtain on the floor to catch paint drips and spills while painting. This reusable drop cloth protects your floors and is easy to clean. Grandma always saved old shower curtains for practical uses like this. For more contents like this, click here to subscribe.